Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rossa Anjalina. I am from class English Literature. 33190077 is my SID, and I want to presentation for you here scientific writing. And in the slide 1 is my title is Implication Analyzing in False Properties, lyric by J. Cole. For the chapter 1 is background of the studies. Language is an important thing in this global era. To study language, there are a lot of the things to understand about. Based on the many experience, language is a connection of the bridge to talk, act, or that treat each other in the verbal ways. It is also the way to express what the people feel, what the people think, and what the people desire. And according to Owen, 2006, language can be defined as a socially acceptable conventional system to deliver concept through the use of the symbol and combination of the desired symbols that are the governed to by the professions. Language is split into some branches to the studies about this, and one kind of the branch in language there is a linguistic, which is useful for understanding the meaning of the language itself. And the base of Lim Devins that linguistic is the scientific studies of the language. And for the next is statement of the problems. For the introduction before the I tries to conduct the implication and try to find the answer of the problems that has been talked about above. Several problems were set. For number 1 is that implication are being used in the lyric songs, and number 2 is that J. Cole use implication word in his lyric songs. And for the next is the scope of the problems. In the scope of the problems, I focus on the proving that implication are being used in J. Cole lyric song by analyzing one of song name and the false prophet. And for the next one is the purpose of the research. The purpose of this research of the find out the what kind of implication word which used in the false prophet lyrics songs by J. Cole. For the next slide is the chapter 2, literature review. The study of semantics are having an important role in the language, either in understanding the word, symbol of the meaning of the subject itself. The semantic is one of the two main branches of the linguistic, and it is basically the study of the meaning. Griffith also stated the semantic study of the word, the meaning, and the sentence meaning implication are one of the branches of the semantic. Semantic is the branch of linguistic, and the logic concerned with the meaning. There are branches of the sub-branch of the semantic, such as formal semantics, which studies the logical aspect of the meaning, such as sense, referency, implication, and the logical forms. And lexical semantics are studies about words meaning and the words relationships. And while conceptual semantics are the studying the cognitive structure of the meaning. By learning about semantics, it has a big advantage for us, especially is understanding the implication to message, lyric, utterance, or even any sentence which had implicit or not spoken clearly about what is the meaning of the context. With the river to suggest utterance, even to neither express not strictly implied. According to Goddard, 109 1998 is relationships that applies between two sentences, where the truth of the one implies the truth other because of the meaning of the word involved, and turning in some things that logically follow from the what is asserted in the utterance. So it can be explained that implication has a lot meaning to understand depending and on how we try to understand and when want to use either as fields from the problems above. And the perfect fit implication type for doing to research if by using implicator to find out what is the implicit contents to word which the Jekyll wants to deliver to the listener of his songs. And for the next is this is lyric from Jekyll like this, and for the next slide. Okay. Next to the chapter 3 is the research method. For the research method, this research began in the research method classroom in the University Binasarana Informatica for her in partial fulfillment for my her. And for the next is data collection technique and the data analysis. For the one is the research areas use a descriptive qualitative methods, and according to Creswell 2020, qualitative research is the mean for exploring and understand the meaning individual of groups ascribe to social human problems. The studies is made and contains information about application with using descriptive qualitative methods. Its mean generally involves the writer activist while doing in the research, and the explaining is it from the writer point of the view and the literature. And the next is the writer selection for the object implication. Research is using lyric songs. The songs are named files proper from Jekyll. The writer's choose this object for the research because the lyric song are containing a lot of implication words that fit what the reader needs for the research object. And for the 3 step is the step that the writer goes for the research is the finding information about what is implication are. Number 2 is find out to the object for the research, and the next is the writer goes the Jekyll song for the research. On the other hand, it fits the I needs from research and implication. And the 4 is transcribing and causing word in the lyric song. Number 5 is analyzing and identify the implication, and for the last is concluding in the analyzing. The next is using data analyzing for the process of searching and arranging the visual notes under the material and expert opinion that the research gathering for understanding to the object of the research to for the present what the research discover. And the next is the research selecting the data which are relevant to object to the research and summarizing into proper way to present in the research for the data get read and analyzing before. And afterward, the research displays the data as an organization assembly of the information that permits conclusion and the action taking. Bogdan and Bickel 1922. The last activity is making a conclusion which was done, which has been accomplished by determining what the data means in the terms of finding patterns or regularities after reading and the matrices of display. And the data analyzing is in this research is using qualitative research method with is general use and know in the research. It is select the main things which are relevant to the object, summarizing it into the proper language which focus on the important things to present for the reader. So the information is with applied in this paper can be focused on the main object the researcher want to present. On the other hand, there will be analysis, then there is data which are not need to be analyzed. And for the bibliography is number 2, and I take in Creswell 2021, and number 2 is Griffith is 2006, and the next is John Corcoal is 199.3. For the next is Lim in 199.75 in book Introduction to Linguistics, Dr. Randes Jufrizal M. Ham. And for the one again is Owen in the years 2006, and in article Gender Influence on Slang Used by Teenagers in Their Daily Conversation at School, comparative studies on male and female early teenager in one of Islamic boarding school Lembang. Thank you.